What comes to mind when you think about the perfect throw?
35, Harper's breaking away!
Or is there such thing as the perfect throw?
And this is a man in Dan Reeves who's been around the NFL for a long time. He said Troy Aikman is the most accurate passer he has ever seen.
You know what an all-pro looks like?
If there was one, who would you bet on to make it? I know who I would bet on. Aikman's arm was a gift from God. He could make every pass, sideline throws, passes down the seams, deep posts, non-route passes. He had it all. Most quarterbacks who have a rocket arm can't throw an accurate ball. Not Aikman.
He's the most accurate thrower I think that's ever played the position.
In this video, we are going back to the 90s to evaluate some of Aikman's greatest passes and break them down.
But that is a perfect pass, though. I mean, Troy Aikman dropped that ball right in there.
I honestly don't think that Walker sees this ball coming in.
No, that's
off his face mask.
That's why it's a perfect throw. And I think that Troy Aikman can do better than anyone in this game, maybe better than anyone that's ever played it, is place the football, and that one was placed perfectly.
Wet ball and all.
I do have to admit, after what the Cowboys are going through with these quarterbacks in 2024, I almost shed a tear looking at these Aikman highlights, and I'm sure you will too. With that being said, let's get to the video. We're kicking off the party in 1990. Dallas versus the Chargers. Dallas looks like they are in a split back 21 personnel alignment. One tight end, which is Jay Novacek, two running backs, Smith and Johnston, and two receivers, although we can't see them, it's Calvin Martin and Dennis McKenzie. I'm not sure where Michael Irvin is at. I don't think he played in this game. If he did, we have a lot of Cowboys historians who watch the channel. Write in the comments what happened to the playmaker against the Chargers in 1990. The Chargers are in what looks like a cover one-man defense with a high safety. This player here is the Chargers safety Martin Bayless, number 44. He's going to help cover the hook zones underneath against Calvin Martin. The corner checking McKenzie is Gilbert. So this was basically the perfect defense for this play. I'm not sure why Aikman didn't go to the tight end Jay Novacek, who was in one-on-one coverage. Aikman basically threw this into double coverage. But when you're Aikman, you can get away with things like this, because the pass you're about to see will leave you speechless.
Aikman with time, long ball, touchdown!
Did you see that? No way does he make that pass. There's the high safety and there's the cornerback. Look at how they are locked in here. But watch the ball. The ball literally fell over the two defenders right into the hands of the receiver. One of the greatest throws I've ever seen.
And got the ball over Vincey Glenn, and Glenn knocked off Gilbert. Glenn in better position to make the play, but the ball was so perfectly thrown that McKinnon was able to haul it in. Is that a terrific highlight? You think that'll show up down the road somewhere?
Miami looks like they're in a cover 3 defense. The safety is shaded towards Irvin again, just like the other game. But watch this safety right here. Aikman is going to do a play action, but instead of using it to get the linebackers to bite like they did versus the Packers, the aim is now at this safety. Notice how Ismail is in motion, but stops right there close to the line of scrimmage. Now, why does he do that? Aikman knows that if the play action works, this safety here is going to bite, which leaves this area vulnerable. Remember, this safety is shading towards Irvin, so Aikman really doesn't have to worry about him. All Irvin has to do is run a curl route to keep this area clean and the safety honest. By sending Ismail into motion, it allowed him to have the middle of the field leverage. Giving a receiver who ran a 4.2 speed into middle field leverage is suicide. All Ismail needed was a strong arm quarterback to get the ball out there. And like I said, no one threw a better deep ball than Aikman.
He's going to come up, he thinks it's a run. They got double coverage on Rocket Ismail down the field. Terrell Buckley goes, where's the safety? Nobody helping out. And his man complete. Rocket Ismail.
I always wondered, did Aikman know that this corner was going to break off his man and cheat? Because the way he threw that pass was straight down the line. The amazing part of watching Aikman pass the ball was how he didn't have any weaknesses. He could throw off all of the pass tree, outside routes. inside routes, slants, corner post. His arm was a gift from God. You see this guy right here? That's primetime Sanders playing in some kind of a nickel safety. What he's doing is spying on Irvin. Sanders knows that Irvin is going to do a deep end. Aikman knows that Sanders knows this as well. So how do I know this? Look at how much zip Aikman puts on the ball. Aikman knew that the ball needed a little more urgency. Because Sanders was shadowing him, Aikman zipped this right between the two defenders and allowed Irvin to catch the ball in stride.
Complete to Michael Irvin.
This next play is absolutely amazing. Every now and then I see plays where it leaves me wondering what happened, and this is one of them. Dallas is in a single back formation. Irvin does a post play, but look at where Aikman places this ball.
There were some chuckles when he said that. Touchdown.
I'm not sure how that pass made it through. This was perfect coverage.
There are not a lot of people who could have gotten that ball in there.
This was a drive. Troy Aikman making that throw. How he threw and got that ball in there, I have no idea.
But Aikman was so deadly accurate, he could throw a ball like a missile and still land on target. When it came to Aikman, good coverage really didn't mean anything. It's 1991 and Dallas is in Cleveland versus the Browns. Aikman is under center, Dallas is in a single back formation. You see that receiver? That's Irvin. He's in the slot. I'm surprised Aikman didn't hurry this up because Irvin had no one over him. Browns are obviously in man coverage. Irvin is going to do a corner route towards the back of the end zone. Now look at this safety right here. He's in zone coverage. Aikman nor Irvin is sure if this safety is shading towards coverage. So Irvin has to break off his route fast and aggressive. Aikman has to get the ball over there before the safety shades over and before the corner can adjust to the route. What you are about to see will leave you in awe. Watch Aikman. Look at how he's staring down the safety in the middle of the field. He's holding him to give Irvin enough time to get into his route. Because of Aikman's eyes, that safety has to play honest. Irvin is still in his route, but Aikman passes it anyway towards the corner of the end zone. That's brilliant trust and timing. The time Irvin turns around, the ball is already there. The defender had no chance at all. That was one of the greatest IQ passes I have ever seen. The ability to have the accuracy to throw this ball before Irvin finished his route and still have the ball hit him in the chest was amazing.
Aikman just throwing it to the corner. Touchdown!
I know we've said this multiple times in this video already, but this play is truly a legendary pass that only generational talents can make. It's fourth quarter and Dallas is trailing with just under a minute to go. Aikman is in the shotgun, which is kind of rare to see. It's hard to tell, but it looks like Dallas is in a 20 personnel. I see the two backs, but I don't see a tight end, so I'm calling this personnel a 20. The Cardinals look like they're on a two deep man defense. It's a man across the board, but two safeties deep, which means if the receiver can get separation, the middle of the field is going to be open. It also means that Aikman is going to have to sit in the pocket for a little longer than he wanted to. Aikman understood the situation. He knew that he was going to get hit. All he had to do is step into his throw. Watch what Aikman does.
Aikman throws it and is hit. It's complete to Dixon.
Did you see that? He throws a dagger across the field. The receiver is not even there yet. It's just like the touchdown against the Browns. Not only does he throw a dime that was perfect timing, he also got clobbered in the process. Remember, Aikman had to stay in the pocket, so he knew that he was going to get hit. I love it because he didn't have happy feet. He didn't panic. He didn't lose his technique. He stayed in the pocket in the face of pressure and threw a dime.
He's the most accurate thrower I think that's ever played the position.
And if anything, you certainly give Aikman high marks for the poise and credit for hanging in there knowing he was going to get creamed.
The reason why we keep seeing these early predetermined passes is because Aikman is reading the defenses. He understands the concept and where players on offense and on defense is going to be before they get there. He's literally playing above the rest. And given to what we see today, it's a quite pleasure to see. Sometimes I go back and watch some of these throws to confirm my thoughts on Aikman. If you go back to 1989 and 1990, There are a lot of throws like this that he made. Yes, they went unnoticed because Dallas wasn't good, especially in 1989. But I don't think there was ever a better passer of timing routes than Aikman. Montana definitely comes to mind. I don't know. I would put Aikman's timing routes, his accuracy, and his arm strength up there with any quarterback in NFL history. Until next time, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And as always, thanks for watching.